What's going on, everyone? Tech Me Out here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing my top 3 favorite features of the new Nokia Steel HR. So I've been testing out the Nokia Steel HR for the past couple of weeks, and I've done a video on the Nokia Steel HR in the past, which I'm gonna link down below, as well as in this one. But ultimately, in testing it out, there are 3 things that I have been enjoying thus far that I kind of wanted to just share with you all. But before we dive into those 3 things, I do want to first thank Nokia for sponsoring today's video. But outside of that, I think one of the main things that I really like about it is its design. So I know, like, especially with wearables and smartwatches and such, they tend to look like what they are, whereas this one does not. So this one really gives you the, standard watch type of interface or type of look, but packs a lot of technology inside. So I see this as a good option for those that, might not need all the bells and whistles of a smartwatch, and more so the basics of what a smartwatch does, with the focus being placed on the fitness aspect of it. So the particular model I have is the rose gold option. And I just think it looks super classy to the point that I really feel confident wearing this with just about anything. The watch band on this particular one is leather, but they do have some silicone options as well in different color watch faces and such if you don't like this one. But I just really think this just has a very clean look that always catches my eye. It can pass off as a traditional watch. It has a polished stainless steel case, it's sleek and thin, and it doesn't look or feel bulky, especially when you have a small wrist like that of my own. So this is one of the few options that I don't mind actually sleeping in, especially being that it does have a sleep tracker inside of it. Normally, with watches or jewelry, I don't like to wear it to bed. I don't like to sleep in it, but something like this, especially if I wanted to monitor my sleep, I feel okay wearing an option like this because I sometimes forget that it's even there. So I think Nokia did a really great job at allowing this to pretty much maintain a very discreet profile, as it doesn't really look like a tech gadget on your wrist. That is until you press the little crown over here on the right hand side, and it brings up the little OLED display, which is going to give you a little bit of information, more like notifications. Now, beneath the OLED display, you have another circular panel. This is known as the activity dial. It's a really nifty and subtle way to kind of monitor how close you are to reaching your fitness goals, so you don't have to always go to your phone to find that information out. Which actually brings me to the second thing that I really like about the Nokia Steel HR, and that is the app. So the HealthMate app will work with iOS or Android, which is a plus. So this is a nice wearable that's gonna work on both platforms. When you hop into the app, you're gonna get some information at a glance, like your daily steps, how many steps you took the day before, how close you are to reaching your goal, your BPM. And it's when you tap on these options that it dives a little bit deeper. But it doesn't give you too much information at once. To me, it just gives you enough of what you care about without being overwhelmed with too many options, because options are nice, but sometimes you can just have too much going on and it's more than you really need, and I didn't find that that was the case with this particular application here. So you can see how far you've walked, you can see information regarding how many calories you burned, your heart rate throughout the day, and then you can even track your activities that you did that day so that you have a better idea of what you engaged in. So the thing about a smartwatch is that it's going to try to serve as a shortcut to your phone in addition to being a fitness tracker, whereas something like the Nokia Steel HR, which is a fitness tracker, is going to focus primarily on that, and then put the other things like your notifications as less of a priority, so to speak, as it's gonna let you know that you have a text, but not per se let you read it, which is cool because it allows you to focus on what matters to you, which is tracking your fitness and telling the time. So the last thing about this that I really like is the battery life, because with something like a smartwatch, you're probably gonna have to charge it like you would your phone, at least every night or every other night, whereas something like this, which is a fitness tracker, you can charge this up instead like every month. Or less. So I think the battery life on this is like 25 days, so just about a month. Of course, with certain activities, the battery will drain faster, but outside of that, you're definitely gonna get a lot longer battery life on something like this versus, per se, a smartwatch. So yeah, this is just kind of like an update of what I think of the Nokia Steel HR in a condensed format, where it's not quite a review, but more so like a summary of the top 3 favorite things that I'm enjoying about it. But you can expect a review of it within the next few weeks, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you, for whatever reason, haven't subscribed to the channel already. And if you're still watching this, please do me that favor and hit that thumbs up button as well. And as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.